the National Water Resource Infrastructure Agency will be established by 2026. This is among a list of resolutions presented at the National Water and Sanitation Indaba in Midrand. The two-day conference culminated in several deadlines for national and local government as well as bulk water suppliers to strengthen their operations. For more on this, we're joined by Newzroom Afrika's Karinda Jagmohan. A very good evening to you, Karinda. If you could just tell us some of the take-homes from what you attended today.
Certainly, good evening. So there was a list of resolutions, many of them on a technical basis, but some of the highlights was the establishment of the National Water Resources Infrastructure Agency. This will be a state-owned company that will be used to raise funds to ensure there's investment into water infrastructure, but also to attract private investment, which was highlighted at this conference as a need to increase bulk capacity, especially, or capacity for bulk water. Other resolutions looked at COCTA, the Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, reviewing the tiers of government. So where district municipalities are responsible for water reticulation, essentially just to look at how they can work in junction with local municipalities, because there's been an issue when it comes to local municipalities needing funds in this regard. And then a call to immediately pay invoices. There's sort of a complex blame game. So municipalities are owed money by water consumers, and in turn, municipalities owe money to water boards owe money to the Department of Water and Sanitation, and it seems like there's been a delay in all of these payments. So a call to immediately pay this, and then another highlight was to establish an anti-corruption watch, essentially, with the SIU, the Hawks, especially regarding water, because criminality is a big issue in this regard. But I'd like to just let you listen to what the Deputy Minister had to say with regards to municipalities.
Municipalities must have asset management plans in totality and discipline. Some, Minister Majotina, they don't know where the pipes are. They don't know where the conditions are. The technology is there, so that when you know the asset, where is it in the condition, including others who are encroaching on that servitude, that matter will be attended to. The issue of ensuring that maintenance and repairs, there are tools of trade for those who are working there. Some, they don't even have tools of trade and warehouses. They don't even have cars just to do their job. Give them the tools of trade.
So, Karinda, quite a lot of resolutions that came out of this, but we've also seen civil society organizations getting involved when it comes to water issues in the country as well. How much of an involvement did they play?
That's a major concern, because we saw that much of civil society groups that we know have been speaking about South Africa's water crisis were not present here. There were about 800 delegates at this two-day conference, but organizations like WaterCan, which is the Water Community Action Network, say they were not invited, actually. They released a statement about this, and this is the same organization that speaks directly to residents, because I've spoken about a lot of resolutions, but ultimately, for someone sitting at home who doesn't have water, they want to know what's going to happen immediately, and that's where civil society comes in. And at the same time, the same group had raised a petition about spending funds at a municipal level in a correct manner to immediately invest in infrastructure maintenance, but their voice wasn't heard at these panels. At the same time, experts say that all of these resolutions will only work if there's political will. We spoke to a young professional from the Water Institute of South Africa, which is not a civil society group essentially, but has been having oversight in some sense. And they raised concern about the fact that there can be resolutions implemented. This conference happened last year as well. But if there's a constant change of political representatives who only want their mandate to be fulfilled, then the budget will have to be changed. Or when there's a project in a certain area and a political representative asks for attention in another area, that changes the whole process completely. It disrupts the process as well. So take a listen to one representative from the Water Institute of South Africa.
So the issue is implementing these solutions going forward. Like the President said, he's looking for time frames of these solutions that we are bringing forward. So it doesn't help for us to have resolutions, but there isn't implementation afterwards. So looking at the sense of agency that should be happening right now, we need to guard also the political that kicks in terms of the plans that we already have. Because by the time implementation needs to happen, politicians come and then they do disrupt a progress in terms of moving forward in what we want to do to resolve the crisis that we currently have.
So essentially, this is the discussion right now where the two-day conference has, it's culminated. There's a call with deadlines because the President did say there should be time frames in all of these matters. And there have been time frames. So the National Water Resource Infrastructure Agency will be established by mid-2026. The Department of Water and Sanitation has to have a climate change plan, a water conservation plan, along with municipalities and water boards by the next 2 months. And monies have to be paid to all of these entities and between them immediately, essentially. So there are deadlines, and there's a list of other resolutions as well. We did ask the Director General of the department about immediate action, and he said that municipalities have already been informed of what they have to do, and there will be more accountability and oversight through various programs that have also been established via this two-day conference. So let's wait and watch, but at the same time, also, we know that communities are living with sewage running through their homes. Communities, especially in rural areas, take water from boreholes and clean it with detergent, and that's not good enough. So there really needs to be a more immediate intervention when it comes to ensuring that everyone has the right to water and is living a dignified life regarding sanitation.
Definitely proper sanitation indeed. Karinda, thank you so much for coming into studio and talking to us about this. That is Karinda Jagmohan from Newzroom Afrika.